Hi, my name is Damian Gardner. I'm from Ireland, and Jenny from Montana. And my story, I grew up in Ireland riding horses, ponies, and got a great opportunity to get to ride with Iris Kellett, the famous Iris Kellett, and spent quite a few years with her. She coached a lot of really famous people, Paul Dara, but the one that really stood out for me was Eddie Mackin, and we became really good friends. He was always a big influence in my riding career, watching him go and all that stuff. And when I came to the States, a couple of names that really popped out in my head would be Bernie Traurig and Hap Hansen. I tried to put my riding around Bernie Traurig. I think we had the same style, more of our seat out of the saddle, more of a 2-point. A lot of riders like to sit down and all that stuff. I could see myself like Bernie Traurig, the way that he sat on the horse, used his leg, good hands. And I don't think I've ever really sat into a horse when I was riding, to be honest with you. And just watching Bernie through the years and just watching, and he probably didn't even know. I was just studying and watching. And I did have some lessons off Bernie, who helped me a lot. I would say Eddie started me out just watching him, winning the Aga Khan in Dublin and getting to ride with Iris, where he got his riding career started, and then coming to the States, Bernie Traurig, Hap Hansen. It was just a great learning experience just to watch these famous riders do their job. Rode in the Irish team, I rode in the Olympic Games in Atlanta for Ireland, and I think I was quite successful in the Grand Prix, won quite a few, and I love coaching now. Don't ride so many Grand Prix anymore, but I love to coach and go around coaching all that stuff. And I got a call from somebody through a friend, kind of a half Irish guy. He said, I'm having a little problem with some of my horses and they're ridden by this lady, Jenny in Montana. Could you come help me? And I went, sure. Went to Montana and met Jenny, and we did a clinic privately the first day, and then privately again next morning and went through that. And then after the clinic, I had such a great time with Jenny and all that, that I think I was too drunk to get on the plane to come home. And I stayed with Jenny in Montana. And so this is me and Jenny together for 4 years now, my fiance.
Yeah, when Damian first showed up in Montana.
Oh fuck, here we go.
It was great. Got him up the next morning to go to start teaching a clinic, setting a course. And I'm thinking, shit, I think he's maybe a little tuned up already. We finished the clinic and it was great and all those things, but the nearest airport, 120 miles away, I needed to get him to the airport the next day. And I go to pick him up at 6 o'clock in the morning thinking, okay, everything's fine. We have a nice chat, get in the truck, start to drive. And he goes to get out of the truck. It can't walk. And being more proper than that, I'm thinking, shit, what's wrong with him? He can't walk. I'm leaving for Spruce Meadows the next day, and I just needed to go home and pack the horse trailer and be done and move forward. And I'm trying to get him into the airport. He's tripping, he's barely making it, and we finally get into line, and the security looks at me and said, he can't get on the plane. Well, what do you mean he can't get on the plane? He can't get on the plane. Well, he's got to get on the plane. Like, he'll be fine by the time he gets home, someone will pick him up, it'll be fine. He can get on the plane for sure.
I couldn't get on the plane?
He truly couldn't. He truly couldn't. And here I'm calling people up saying, what the hell do I do with him? I got to go to Spruce tomorrow. What do I do with this guy? I got to send him home.
Well, it was worth
I don't care if he's famous, he's got to go. Well, it turns out he didn't ever go home. And here we are through 4 years later, still together. What I was thinking, I don't know. That should have been a sign. Damian and I are a very good team. His teaching style is maybe a little more lighthearted than mine. I like the nuts and bolts. I'm more about the flat work and the in between the jumps, and I spend a lot of time with flat work and getting everything correct. Damian will go out and jump around a course, and everyone has a lot of fun, and we really complement each other that way, because I'm a real stickler. You would think it was the other way around, but it's actually not. Damian just believes that everyone can do it, tells them they can do it, and they go do it.
I'm straight to the point, coaching wise and all that, but I have the different side. I've got the Irish side too. that I'll fucking bullshit with people. Jenny was never in the international ring in Spruce Meadows, and she's on her new Grand Prix horse, Caspian, and so warming up and all that stuff. And,
I've had it for 5 days, the horse.
And so she's nervous and all that stuff, and we're kind of walking that little course thing, the slalom course, and I'm just walking it, and she said, that's a 5 stride. And I said, what the fuck are you thinking? It's a speed class, you go there in 3 strides, and I have a straight face on. I said, what have you been doing? Out boozing again? Of course, you're fucking riding, aren't you? I have to do something. But anyways, and the same thing, we did the same thing for our first big Grand Prix, which was fantastic, again on Caspian. Out in Thermal, it was a $100,000 Grand Prix. And she's walking the course. Stuff,
oh, it's a $300,000 class. It was a big class at the end of the season. My biggest class I've ever gone in.
So she's walking it and looking at me, and so she's telling me the strides and all this stuff. And the only thing I count is money. And that's it, I don't count strides. But she's asking me this, and so if it's a 5, I tell her, oh, maybe do an ad and do 6 or 7. But I don't fucking ad. I said, well, then leave it out, do 4. What are you doing? It's only a bloody Grand Prix.
I probably had no business in that class. And I'm nervous, so I want to know every little thing, like what step here, what step there. And that triple bar, it's big, I don't know, can I make it? Damian just says, oh, you can do it, just go do it.
And that's what I do with Jenny, and because again, me joking around with the 7 strides and the 5 strides and all that stuff, I try and get her mind not so serious, because when she gets her mind so serious, just this is 5 and this is 7 and this is 9 and this is 12 strides, then she forgets about her riding. And to me, it's about riding. You go in there, if there's a mistake on that first jump going in, what are you going to do? Go back to your brain 5 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, an hour ago? I walked that, but I didn't walk it because I'm going to come down here and make a mistake, go a little deeper, a little bit long. So before she goes in, I give her a pat on the leg and I said, there, you ride fantastic. You just go ride. Just ride that fucking horse around that ring.